Good morning, dear children. Children, we are going to study two things today. Number one, we will study meter bridge, and the second would be power rating of an electrical device. So let us start with meter bridge. Meter bridge, like potentiometer, consists of 1 meter of resistance wire. 1 meter of resistance wire, and a battery is connected across the terminals of the wire. Well, the purpose of meter bridge is to find out the value of unknown resistance, and it is called so simply because the length of the wire used here is 1 meter and its working principle is Wheatstone bridge principle. It works on the principle of balanced Wheatstone bridge. That is why we call it as meter bridge. Very simple device. Well, this is another diagram of the same meter bridge. This is wire AC and this is the battery connected across it. Well, how do we make use of this device to find out the value of unknown resistance? For that, what do? We make a Wheatstone bridge over this meter bridge. This is AC wire, and what we have done is we have obtained over this whole arrangement, this whole meter bridge, this Wheatstone bridge. So what we have done is from A we have connected a resistance box, and from the other end of the resistance box we have connected unknown resistance. The other end of the unknown resistance is connected with C. A and C are as usual connected with battery along with key, and from point B we connect what? Galvanometer. And from the other end of the galvanometer we connect jockey, and this jockey is moved over the wire from A to C. And if we have this kind of meter bridge we have ready-made knobs for connection of resistance box. Like this, we connect resistance box in between these two. These are metal strips. This is a metal strip, this is a metal strip, L shape, and over this metal strip there are 2 points, there are 2 knobs, and here there are 3 knobs, and here there are 2 knobs. So whichever diagram you feel easier, you can draw that diagram. This is resistance box, this is unknown resistance, and from here we connect galvanometer. Like here we connect galvanometer. The other end of the galvanometer is made to slide over this wire from A to C. This is as usual the battery as connected here. So you don't need to draw both the diagrams. You draw this diagram or you draw this diagram, not both. Working principle is this. So what happens as we move the jockey over the wire from A to C, we try to find out point D, and we get that point D for which there is no deflection in the galvanometer. And when there is no deflection in the galvanometer, what happens? These resistances P, Q, R, S. See, resistance between A and B is resistance P of the Wheatstone bridge. Resistance between B and C is the resistance Q of the Wheatstone bridge. Resistance between A and D is resistance R of Wheatstone bridge, and resistance between D and C is the resistance S of the Wheatstone bridge. And we know that when no current passes through galvanometer, P by Q is equal to R by S. So we have found out here experimentally that point D for which there is no deflection in the galvanometer. That simply means the ratio of this resistance to this resistance is going to be same as the ratio of this length of the wire's resistance to the resistance of this length of wire. If this length is L, then this remaining length is going to be 100 minus L, because the length of the wire of a meter bridge is 100 centimeter or 1 meter. So P by Q, P is known value of resistance, this is known resistance. We know it because we have applied it with the help of a resistance box. X is unknown resistance, R is the resistance of this wire of length L, and S is the resistance of the wire of length 100 minus L. So P by Q is equal to R by S. P is known, X, Q is unknown. Resistance of the length of the wire L is what? Rho L upon A, and resistance of the wire of length 100 minus L is what? Rho times 100 minus L upon A. The wire is uniform, therefore cross-sectional area is same, and it is made up of same material, therefore rho cancels out. So what do we get? P by X is equal to L upon 100 minus L. That simply means X is 100 minus L upon L into P. That's how we find out the value of unknown resistance. Now let us talk about rating of a device. Children, you are familiar with the fact that every device, every electrical device is marked with certain value of voltage and power. So the power and the voltage marked for a device, it's called its rated power and rated voltage. Well, this rated voltage differs from country to country. In Indian subcontinent, it is 220 volt. But if you go to some other country, European country or US, there the rated voltage is 110 volt. Well, so every device which you can recollect, like this is electric bulb of 5 watt, this is electric bulb of what, 7 watt, this is electric bulb of what, 12 watt, 14 watt. So whatever may be the power of the device, over every device is written 220 volt. 220 volt, which is safe for our country. So this voltage 220 volt and the power which is variable written over every device is called its rated voltage and rated power. The rated voltage is same throughout a region, throughout a country or throughout a subcontinent. Now we know P is equal to V square upon R. So R, the resistance of a device, is what? Its rated voltage square upon its power. So the resistance is inversely proportional to P, the power, rated power. That means higher is the power of a device, smaller is going to be its resistance, and smaller is going to be the power of a device, greater is going to be its resistance. So if you look at all these LEDs having different power outputs, well, the one which has maximum power, 14 watt, will have least resistance, and the one which has least power will have maximum resistance. Now what happens when these devices are connected across source? So children, when these devices are connected across rated voltage, the power operated across them is what? Rated power. Like this. If this bulb is connected across 220 volt voltage, only then the power output across it would be what? 7 watt. Now what is next is the combination of different devices. So what is being done here in this combination? We are connecting some devices in series and some devices in parallel, and every device has same rated voltage but different power, and all these devices, whether in series or connected, are being connected with the same rated power voltage. Like this is device D1, this is device D2, this is series combination. Its rated power is P1, voltage is V. Rated power is P2 for this device and voltage is V. And both the devices in series are connected with same rated voltage. So will the power here be what? V1? No. Will the power here would be V? No. The power here would be, the voltage here would be less than this, and voltage here would also be less than this. Since the voltages here are going to be less than the rated voltage across the devices, therefore power output across both the devices would be less than their rated power. Now see, since the devices are in series, its resistance is R1, this resistance is R2, and in series the equivalent resistance is what? R1 plus R2. And if we find out the equivalent resistance of the combination, what is this? The voltage connected across the combination is V. So V square upon equivalent power. Power is what? V square upon P. So what is this? R. V square upon P. So what is this equivalent power? Equivalent resistance. Equivalent resistance is equivalent square of equivalent voltage upon equivalent power. What is R1? R1 is V square upon P1. What is R2? V square upon P2. And you can see that V square comes out common and cancels out. So what is this? This is equivalent power. If the devices are connected in series, the equivalent power is inverse of sum of their inverses. If there are n number of devices connected in series, then the overall power would be inverse of sum of their inverses. If there are two devices in series, what is the equivalent? You can solve it, you get product upon sum. If there are two devices of 60 watt, 220 volt and 40 watt, 220 volt, and they are connected across 220 volt, then the overall power consumed would be how much? 6, 4, 24 upon 6 plus 4, 10, 24 watt, product upon sum. See, the power consumed is lesser than the lesser of the two. Its power is The device 1's power is 60, device 2 power is what? 60. But overall power consumed is what? Well, lesser than the lesser of the two, and at the same time, the power consumed by one or two devices would be even lesser than these values. But in parallel combination, every device gets the same value of voltage if connected across V. Equivalent resistance is given by this relation. We multiply both sides by V square. What is this? This is equivalent power, P equivalent. This is power of device 1, this is power of device 2. So in parallel, the overall power is simple sum of the powers of the different devices connected in parallel. And you know, all the connections at our places, in your home, everywhere in the all over country are in parallel combination. Therefore, greater are the number of devices connected or used in the device, used in home, the greater is the power consumption. But in series it is different. In series what happens? The bulb which has lesser power glows brighter than the bulb which has more power. The bulb with more power glows with lesser intensity in series. And overall power consumed is of course much smaller. So this is all for the day. Thank you very much.